I was at church. And the service had just ended, and I saw somebody I hadn't seen in a long time, since high school. And I was surprised to see her. And I thought, I have to go say hi. I need to go say hi to her. And I go up, and I say, hi, Brooklyn, it's nice to see you. And she goes, Benny? It's me, yeah, sure. She was really surprised to see me. What are you doing here? Same reason you're here, you know. She was nice enough, but I knew what she was thinking. You don't belong here. Why are you here? See, I wasn't always a good person, if I can call myself that now. I hope I can. I used to get in a lot of trouble, but things have changed. Micah, hopefully I still have your permission to marry your daughter, wherever you are. Okay, that's a thumbs up. Good. Things have changed. Let me give you some context to that. It was a nice autumn evening, and I was a freshman in college. I was attending Ball State University in a dreadful place called Muncie, Indiana. And my friend Sydney and I, we enjoyed smoking weed. And we thought, let's just drive around, let's smoke a few blunts, let's hit the dab pen, and let's just get high and listen to the Beatles or the Grateful Dead and have a good rest of our night. That sounded good. We did that often. And so we were really, really intelligent. We decided that we would finish smoking at the top of Ball State's parking garage in the college there. And so we drive there, and we're listening to music, and we're having fun. And I say, Sydney, why is that black SUV so close to your car? All of a sudden, red and blue lights all over the dash. Step out of the car. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're screwed. So as I get out of the car, smoke just starts coming out of the car. It's like a Cheech and Chong movie, you know, and we tried to do the whole thing. What are you two doing up here? Listening to music? Okay. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what we were doing. They printed me off a citation, possession of marijuana, and you know, they arrested me, read me my Miranda rights and all that. And I was, you know, I thought I was untouchable. I did a lot of things like that all the time, and I was surprised. How could this happen to me? I finally got caught. Wow. But I really was terrified. And I was terrified because I cannot get kicked out of college. This is possibly the one way I can leave Muncie, Indiana. I can't die here. This is, again, horrible place. Now what am I going to do? So Ball State decided that I would take a drug and alcohol course as compensation, I suppose. I had to do community service, and I had to take this drug and alcohol course. And a part of that was I got to see a counselor, a therapist. And I'd never seen a therapist or anything like that before, but I started seeing her, and we talked. We talked a lot about my habits. We talked a lot about addiction. We talked a lot about my childhood. And one day I was in class, and I started feeling really weird in the lecture hall. My heart started beating so fast, and lights became so bright, and I started sweating and feeling nauseous, and I ran to the bathroom. What's going on with me? Google. Maybe Google will tell me. I have 2 weeks to live. No. what was happening is I had been sober for a while so I could pass this drug and alcohol class, and I was experiencing a panic attack. I was having a really bad panic attack. It lasted for hours. But I didn't know that. I just had what Google told me, and I had no idea what was going on. So that day, I made an appointment to see my counselor, and I said, Hannah, something's wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. I think I have schizophrenia. And Hannah told me, she said, Benny, I don't think you have schizophrenia. I think what you have is post-traumatic stress disorder from your childhood. And I said, Hannah, I've never been to Vietnam. I can't. There's no way I have post-traumatic stress disorder. She says, Benny, you didn't need to go to Vietnam to have PTSD. You can acquire it in many different ways. See, the way post-traumatic stress disorder forms is something traumatic has happened to you, and you were unable to process it. You felt like you didn't have anyone to process all the bad things that happened to you, and so that's what I learned, and I was really shocked. Actually, I was devastated because I was scared. I was scared. I didn't want to end up like my dad. I didn't want to end up this shell-shocked individual who couldn't do anything, who was just scared all the time. That didn't end up being the case. It was really good that I learned what's going on. I'm really glad I had the diagnosis, because when you have a diagnosis, you can treat it. Now we know what's going on. We can take care of it. There are steps we can move forward. But I was terrified. But I'm so glad that I received the diagnosis, and I'm so glad that I'm able to experience everything again. I'm no longer numb to being constantly intoxicated. Now I feel I'm experiencing the bad, the very bad, but also the very good. And lately things have been very good.